top 10 reasons why I love Croatia. Number 1, drinking coffee. You probably guessed it. For those of you that haven't been to Croatia and don't know the life, Croatia pretty much lives in cafe bars. Okay, that's not true. I don't want to offend anybody. But coffee is a very big part of their culture here. It's a very big part of my culture now because it's where I live and it's a part of daily life. It's, you know, like going to the grocery store. You go to the grocery store and then you have a coffee afterwards. It's just, and actually all grocery stores have cafe bars in them, just so you know. It amazes me. But coffee, drinking coffee is one of the biggest reasons that I love Croatia, because you go for hours. It doesn't have to be coffee. It can be beer or wine or rakia, which is liquor made from fruit that Croatia and the Balkan region drink. And it's just very relaxed is the difference that I've learned. When I compare it to going to coffee in the States, we often go to coffee, I feel like, and maybe people will disagree with me, but I feel like when we go to coffee in the States, we're really going for a purpose. We're really going because we're going to discuss something or we're going to catch up, and people do that here. But people also just have coffee and sit, and even if they had coffee, you know, the day before or even sometimes earlier that day, people will get together. I know I've done it. I saw them earlier and then we see each other again and it's just about being together. So number 1 reason, drinking coffee. Number 2, smoking. Yes, this is so bad. I know I am a smoker. I'd like to say Balkan got the best of me, but I was a smoker in the States. So what are you gonna do? What I like about the smoking, and I wanna be pretty clear about this, is not necessarily the smoking, and you can smoke in cafe bars and in clubs here and in homes also, is because there's not hypocrisy about smoking. So let me just break that down for a second. If you are a smoker in the States, it is shamed, it's bad. We all know this. We all know how bad smoking is. And it's stigma within culture. Now, in the States, the stigma is bad, and we know that because it is bad. Okay. But what I don't understand, America, the United States, says that it's bad, puts these regulations on it, essentially shames an entire population, and yet they are huge manufacturers and producers in the tobacco industry. So I don't like, I shouldn't be negative. What I like is that Croatia knows that it's bad, accepts that it's bad, but there isn't this shame within society about it. So that's what I love about Croatia. Not so much smoking, but the less stigmatized about smoking. Number 3, of course, I have to put this on my top 3, and actually these aren't in any particular order, but whatever, is the people. I love Croatian people. I love Croatians from the north. I love Croatians from the south. I love them from the villages and the cities. And I love the ones that are in America because I met some when I was in Seattle, and there is something about the Croatian people. They are warm, they are lively, they are very passionate people, they are very fiery people, not people that you want to mess with, let's say. But in a good way. And at the same time of these people having such a passion and such a fire in them, and they're warm, and they also are very relaxed, and they have a love for Croatia, this very old country, that I love that energy that they give and that they bring. So number 3 reason is the people. I'm hot, just a second. Sorry, gotta pull my hair up. Number 4, an ease of life. In Croatia, I think because the economic situation is not so great here, that people enjoy where they can and when they can, and pretty much that's all the time. That's not true. They work, and they work very hard, but they are, Croatian culture, I shouldn't say they, but I should say the whole culture is about enjoying, and it's about being together. So that would be one of my top 10 reasons for sure, is the relaxed energy, especially if you go to the sea. Dalmatia, which is the southern region of Croatia, is very, very relaxed, and it's relaxed. I don't know how to describe that. but the whole country for me is also very relaxed, especially compared to American life. So that's my number 4. Number 5, drinking. I'm talking about the way in which Croatia consumes alcohol, and that is not for some, we gotta get wasted, we gotta get messed up. It's for enjoyment. It's for some, I don't know, magical interconnectivity. Is that a word? It's not excessive, of course, every place is excessive, and it's just more of a ritual, and it's more of a hospitality thing too. Like, I'll give you an example. Almost every time that I go to my husband's family's house for lunch, especially when it's a special occasion, we drink rakia before. It's an aperitif, as you know, and if you've been to Italy, they have some similar stuff too. So I love that, and I love that also the drinking is not something to be shamed. It's something to be enjoyed. As I've stepped out of the US, some things I have a hard time understanding now that I live in a place where those kinds of rules aren't, those kinds of cultural differences, or those kinds of cultural, where those kinds of cultural characteristics don't exist anymore. Number 6. I love that Croatian culture is way less planned, and more spontaneous. I love that when we go shopping, we can say we want to stop and sit for coffee, not grab a coffee on the go. Well, I love that you can call a friend and ask if he wants to go to coffee, and you meet him there in 10 minutes. If you want to see someone, you can see them that night, or you can see them that within the next half hour. Number 7, there is millions of things to see and do in Croatia, and I love that it is basically like a never-ending trip. There's so much to do and see within Croatia, and there's so much to do and see around Croatia, especially in Eastern Europe. You know, you have Bosnia, Serbia, Montenegro, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro, Albania. The list is endless. And then you have obviously Western Europe. So, but what I love about Croatia, just Croatia, is that it has day trips offered, weekend trips. You know, you can drive an hour, 2 hours, and you're at Plitvice National Park, which is amazing. And if you haven't gone, you have to go. It's just amazing. You have just like this forever travel guide and unlimited things to do. So that's my number 7 reason why I love Croatia. Number 8 reason is music. I love Croatian music. I can never quite tell if it's that I love it so much or I love it because my husband loves it. It is the music of his soul when it comes on, as any Croatian, and especially Croatian men watching, understand. So when it comes on and, you know, he's just as happy as can be, then of course I'm as happy as can be. But I love Croatian music because I love, the sound is really, really nice. It's really, truly good, especially from a foreigner's perspective and a foreigner's ears like mine. I love it. But what I also love is that you hear it all the time, and not just always on the radio. I've heard it live so often. I've heard men when I was on the sea, and just yesterday, a group of men singing without any instruments some Croatian song. It was so beautiful. I heard it. My husband and I heard it in our apartment, and we went still on the balcony, and it was just down below our balcony on the street. And they were just singing, and I don't know, for me, you rarely ever hear groups of guys, I think, singing, and it was also very beautiful sounding, so good job to those men. And I love that one night we were at my husband's parents' house. They have like a flat rooftop, and some neighbor was having a party. Someone's baby was born, so they were having a party to celebrate that. We just pulled some chairs out and got some drinks, and it was nighttime and it was warm, and we listened to the music, and I of course didn't know the songs, but my husband and his family did, so they were singing, and it was like a free concert in a neighborhood. I mean, it was just such a wonderful experience, and that stuff happens here all the time. So that is one of the biggest things that I love about Croatia, is the music. Number 9, My 9th reason for why I love Croatia so much is hospitality and or social gathering. I wrote this in my blog, so if you've read it and you're watching this again, I'm really sorry that I'm repeating myself, but I just can't describe to you the difference between social gatherings in the US and social gatherings in Croatia. Now, I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm saying what I prefer, so please do not get me wrong. I love social gatherings in Croatia because I never feel rushed. I feel relaxed, and the hospitality is just, you're offered drinks, people watch your glass, you know, and yes, you definitely have that in the States. Of course you have that in the States. I know very, very hospitable people in the States, but I'm saying on a frequency basis here, I mean, it's every house that, the first thing you're offered when you enter a house is, do you want something to drink? Every household. I've been to houses where I was tutoring a little girl for English. She was, I don't know, 11, 12, and she offered me something to drink. It's just in the culture, you know what I mean? That is one thing that I really love, and it's just, you go there and you relax and you enjoy and you drink and you can go or you can stay, and you can stay as late as you want, and then the music comes on, cakes are coming at your face, and before you know it, you've eaten a whole loaf of bread and you don't know what to do anymore, but you keep drinking and you also keep smoking, and then you keep eating some more, and that's the life in Croatia. My number 10 reason is the sea. Yes, I love the Adriatic Sea. If you haven't been, you have to go. Just, I don't know, message me somewhere at the bottom here. Message me, find me on Instagram, find me on Facebook, email me, whatever you have to do. Talk to me about the sea. I will do my best to help you figure out where is best for you, and I actually still have a lot of exploring that I need to do on the Adriatic Sea or the Dalmatian coast, but that doesn't matter because I feel like my soul was from there. I really feel that it is one of the most amazing places in the world. The Croatian coast, the Dalmatian coast, whatever you want to call it, the sea is, it's up there. I mean, I don't want to say it's the best thing about Croatia, but maybe. I'm gonna leave that up to the Croatians to decide what the best thing is about Croatia. But I will give you those 10 things that I love about Croatia so that you, as either a Croatian citizen or an expat in Croatia, or just someone who wants to visit or someone who wants to move, either you know what to expect if you're coming, or maybe you can relate to what I'm saying. If we can connect on that, I feel like that would be an accomplishment. So that's it, and I hope that I can do another blog soon. I have no idea what it's gonna be, but if I get some comments and somebody tells me what they want to see, I'll do it. Maybe I'll do something about my husband, I don't know, but wait and stay tuned for the next one. Ciao!